Today we'll be learning how to make Erina Eggs Benedict, a recipe that's got beautiful English muffins, crispy bacon, poached eggs topped with a decadent Hollandaise sauce, and garnished with her secret weapon. Let's get started by making our English muffins. To a cup, add 75 milliliters of warm milk, 75 milliliters of warm water, and 7 grams or 1 packet of instant yeast. Then just stir that together, let it bloom for about 10 minutes while we work on our dry ingredients. To our big mixing bowl, you're going to add 240 grams of all-purpose flour, 8 grams of sugar, and 4 grams of salt. Give it a little whisk to combine, and when your yeast has bloomed, go ahead and add it back. Finally, add 40 grams of gently melted butter. Now all that's left is to add your kneading hook attachment and let it rip for about 8 to 10 minutes or until a soft, supple ball of dough has formed. When it has, go ahead and shape it into a nice top ball, oil up your bowl so it doesn't stick, and throw it back in there with some attitude to develop the flavor. Cover with a clean, damp towel and let proof until doubled in size. Now, English muffins are usually dusted with cornmeal, but if you're anything like me, you probably don't have any. So what you can substitute is actually with oatmeal. All you're gonna do is add some oatmeal to a blender and just blend. Just like that, you have some substitute cornmeal. Grab some of your oatmeal and dust a baking pan. And now that your dough is hopefully ready or doubled in size, you can go ahead and punch the living daylights out of it. Then lightly flour a work surface and lay down your dough. Begin to roll out your dough, but be careful not to roll it out too thinly. You're gonna wanna go for about a 1/4 inch or so. Then using a ring mold or anything you feel comfortable cutting out circles with, begin to cut out your muffins. Cut out as many as you can and then transfer them over to your baking sheet. And because we are not wasteful on this channel, what you can go ahead and you can do with the leftovers, roll it out once more, cut out a couple more, and then lay them on your sheet as well. Dust to the top as well with corn or oatmeal, then place an even bigger baking sheet on top and let proof for a second time. And while that goes on, let's make our bacon. Very simple, we're going to sandwich our bacon between 2 sheets that we're going to then place in an air fryer or a conventional oven. This is to make sure that the bacon does not curl up and stays even throughout the entire cooking process. Bake at 375 degrees Fahrenheit or 190 degrees Celsius for about 8 to 10 minutes, making sure to flip and season with black pepper halfway through. And while our bacon finishes up, let's poach the cutest little egg you ever did see. Start by bringing some water up to a boil, and once boiling, add a splash of white vinegar, season with a generous pinch of salt. Swirl the water a little bit to make a little whirlpool. This will make sure that the egg retains its shape when it starts to cook. Using a tiny bowl or cup, or one of these things, drop your egg and let it cook. Watch your egg and keep it moving, make sure it doesn't stick to the bottom, and after about 3 to 4 minutes, fish it out and you should have a beautiful, soft, squishy egg like this. Make however many you need, and by now our English muffins should be done proofing for the second time. Using a cast iron skillet, very, very gently lay these guys down to cook. You want to be careful not to deflate or lose any of the air that we've worked so hard to capture in these English muffins. Then after about 3 minutes or until one side is golden brown, gently flip. This is definitely not the correct way to do this. Do not do this with your hands. I am not recommending you do this with your hands because it will hurt. But if you're like me and have no feeling in your fingertips, go ahead. Cook for another 3 minutes and your English muffins should be done. If you've never had a fresh English muffin, this is about to revolutionize your life. The only thing more revolutionary would be making sure that you are subscribed to this channel and smashing that like button for the YouTube algorithm. Hitting like is really the best free way to help small independent creators like myself continue to make more content for people like you. Now with the plug out of the way, let's make our Hollandaise sauce. To make a fresh Hollandaise sauce, you're going to start with 3 egg yolks, seasoned optionally with a pinch of cayenne, a pinch of salt, and the juice of half a lemon. Then prepare a double boiler set to a very, very low heat and begin to whisk constantly while adding half a cup of melted butter. Make sure the butter is not super hot so that you are not scrambling your eggs the minute it drops in. Keep whisking constantly, making sure to use every ounce of that forearm strength, fellas. As you continue to whisk, you'll notice that your mixture will begin to emulsify and create your sauce. If you find that your sauce is a little too thick for your liking, you can loosen it up with a little bit of water or a bit more lemon juice. And then just make sure to use this right away before it sets. And now we are finally ready for assembly. Cut open and place one of your English muffins down on a plate. Add on top your bacon. Place your beautifully poached egg on top. Drape on top your delicious Hollandaise sauce. And finally, we're going to garnish with a little bit of parsley and Erina's secret weapon, a little bit of fish roe. You can find fish roe at most of your local Asian markets if you don't know where to look. And there we go, we have Erina interpretation of Eggs Benedict. I've left a list of ingredients down below in the description for anybody who wants to try this at home. And make sure to watch one of my other videos on screen now, and I will catch you on the next one, you bunch of nerds.